a delay. Good afternoon.
What's happening, party people?
Hey. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good
Good.
afternoon, everybody.
What's today? Tuesday?
Always.
We on a delay. I keep forgetting. Yeah.
And we are sticking to our commitment. So we need for you guys to join us to stick to that commitment, to stay with that commitment. I hope that everyone has had a wonderful day.
Yep.
If you're on here, say hello so we'll
Let's-
know who you are.
Let's see who we got.
Thank you for joining us. We know that your time is valuable.
Absolutely.
So we thank you for
That's
joining us this evening.
When
For
you
those-
come on, like my wife said, let us know who's on. Please share as many times as possible, so we'll know who we got in here tonight.
Hello, everybody. I see that we have 3 people on here so thus far. So we're just going to get, if you don't know who we are Savalis and Keisha Rogers, better known as Key Players. And we are marriage enthusiasts and all things marriage. We don't claim to know everything, but we know a little something. So we are excited about what's going to take place tonight, about some things that are coming up.
Down the pipe.
Mm-hmm. As promised. And we're just excited. We're excited about the doors that God is opening on our behalf. We are grateful. We won't take anything for granted.
We're also, you know what? When you said that, man, we also excited about the steps we're making. A lot of people want, when you say want God to just do, and they sit back and do nothing.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't work that way. Hey, Lawanda, it does not work that way. And we are learning that in order for, faith without works, that's a often used phrase, scripture, but it is so true. Faith without works is dead. So
absolutely,
we are learning that God gonna do his part, but what are you gonna do, or what are you doing?
And we are definitely being stretched.
So we are being stretched, time wise, financially.
Yes, you say? New territories. I'm like, you want me to do what?
Yeah,
I don't know how to do that.
Right.
I don't know how to check my emails.
That's right.
Do the basics, but we are learning.
Stepping out of things that we're comfortable with doing, and being asked to do things we're not comfortable. So,
Thank you to those who believe in us, because we had somebody to invest into us.
Right, that's right.
And she was like, "Now I don't pay this money,
right?
So y'all gonna have to do this. You can't wait. This was not a small chunk of change.
Right, that's right.
So we are definitely being stretched, but we're learning new things, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's you know how people say do it do it scared. That's what we're doing. We're doing it scared, but it's all good because God got us, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. Okay. And speaking of being stretched and new things and new opportunities and the future, I meant to click on our thing first, but it must have been meant for her to talk about that. So I'm gonna let Wifey go ahead and talk.
So listen. So most of y'all know. If you don't know, my first love, my first career is early childhood education. I've been doing it for over 30 years. So it's now time to step out and branch out.
Right.
So this is my first seminar, my first summit. And what it is, yay! So I'm so excited about this because it's kind of like my baby. So what it is it's not a typical early childhood education summit. Mm-hmm. This is for the providers. This is for the early childhood educators. Mm-hmm. This is going to be amazing. This is a day for us where we get to let down our hair, where we get to connect, where we get to network, where we get to have fun and just laugh, leave the bad vibes out the door. We're going to have 2 awesome guest speakers. We're going to have our MC, Miss LaWanda McIntyre. Those in the early childhood world definitely knows who she is. So we are excited. I got a team working with me behind the scenes, and I'm so grateful for them because without them, this could not happen. I can't do it by myself. So hopefully this is something that's going to blow up and, the future. We got things planned such as, I ain't gonna talk about it, but you know.
Yeah.
We got
When's the date?
Planned.
Tell them the date.
Here's the date. The date is May the 18th. That's Saturday, May the 18th, and it's gonna be at the Hampton Inn in Knightdale, North Carolina. And it's $40 a person. If you know somebody who is an early childhood educator, if they know somebody, then we're gonna post the flyer. Feel free to share it. Tell somebody about it. I know this is gonna fill up fast. We're just gonna have a great time.
Who your speakers?
It's gonna be a great time. My speakers are Miss Floriana Thompson. If you know her, you already know that is the early childhood guru. That's what I'm gonna call her, because she's an early childhood guru and an advocate, and she was my professor. And then we have speaker Kima Shaw. She is a licensed clinical social worker, and she's going to be talking about our mental health and just trying to get us, for those of us who's been in the business as long as, for a while. Even I've been reading people been in the business for a couple months that's already burnt out. So she's going to help us get rejuvenated again. So I'm excited. Who's your MC? Enough about that. LaWanda McIntyre, aka Miss Mac. Miss Mac. Woohoo! So we're excited about that. So if you know somebody in the early childhood world, please tell them about this. I feel like this event is gonna sell out fast. I already know it is, because God gave me this idea.
Yes, He did. Last year.
I slept on it, but that's all right, because His mercy and His grace. I want to tell God thank you. But anyway, go ahead. And
for all of you who are not in the child care world and you're in the marriage world, we have open registration up to our married couples retreat. It's called Unlocked. It is in Virginia Beach, Virginia, October the 11th through the 13th. We're super excited about this. We've been talking about a retreat for the last 2 years. And finally, we went ahead and we got tired of listening to each other talk about it. And so we just stepped out and did took the necessary steps to secure a location, secure a beautiful home in Virginia. So like we said, tickets for that registration is open as we speak.
Absolutely. You can go to our website.
You could go to our, thank you. We didn't go through Eventbrite this time. We did it like we said about stretching and doing things different. Well, this has been one of those things. You could go to our website, www.keyplayers, that's KEYPLAYERZ.com/retreat. All the information you need is right there. If you can't go, you can share the flyer.
Right. Sponsor somebody.
You can sponsor somebody. You can share the flyer. You could tell somebody about it, But we're just grateful for what it's going to do for the couples that are meant to be there and those that will be there. So we're excited. October the 11th through the 13th.
October the 11th.
Unlocked Marriage Retreat. We're going to have a good time. We are in the early, now we know it's January and this is not until October, but we know people plan, if you're like us, plan your events throughout the year. Kind of in January, we plan our stuff throughout the year. So that's why we are putting it out so early. So you could put us on your schedule.
And so that it can be broke down to be cost effective.
Right. Because this is a nice place.
Right.
This is not an event, a one-night event. So don't look for one-night event prices.
And we're having a private chef.
Yes.
To come along with that.
Not to mention the materials and the gifts that we will provide ourselves. So it's gonna be great. We know that's gonna sell out too. So we're excited. So
thank you.
Well,
all right. So we're gonna get started with our topic for tonight. This is a good one right here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to read it off the screen, but y'all already know. I got my glasses on.
You gonna put it up on your phone?
Let us pray. Okay. I bet to see it.
So I found this article maybe a week ago. I saw it on somebody else's page. And I thought it would be interesting to talk about as it relates to married couples and relationships. So I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Keisha's gonna read it. And y'all let's talk about it. Y'all let us know what y'all think. So our title tonight is Just in Case. That's a question.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Right. My husband works and I am a stay-at-home mom. He is the most unselfish person I know. I handle all the finances, and he has never said or acted like it was his money. It's our money. Anyway, he is upset with me because he found out I had a bank account he knew nothing about. I've been making money online and keeping it from him. He says that's his problem, that his problem is not that I've been making money online, but that I kept it from him in the event of a divorce someday. He said that women keeping a stash of hidden money in case the marriage failed is like a man keeping a side chick in case the marriage failed.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a stretch. Anyway, and we both need to be all in or nothing. My mom raised me to have a secret stash that my husband doesn't know about. Is this wrong? Is my husband right?
Okay. So when I first saw this or read this, I was okay with, the initial part of the story until she got down to the end when she started talking about, first of all, she had a private bank account. Okay. Then she also said that she was making money online without him knowing. Now, the first thing I thought about was, well, what are you doing online to be making? That's the first thing that popped in my head. What are you doing online that is so secretive that you couldn't tell your husband? Then as you move further down, she got to the part where she said that her mom taught her to keep a secret stash.
Well,
just in case they got divorced. Is it OnlyFans, LaWanda?
OnlyFans.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking that, but anyway, her mom telling her to keep a secret stash just in case of a divorce. Now, that's where I really had a problem with.
A rainy day.
A rainy day is different, but a divorce is more than a rainy day.
Right.
I don't understand the concept. That's why we named this just in case, that you go into a marriage or you are in a marriage preparing yourself to not be in it, because that's what I took from it.
Well, first of all, her husband said that. Well, then at the end, she did say that her mom taught her.
She said her mom taught her.
Yeah. But he assumed, he said it at first though.
Okay.
But she did say that her mom taught her that. And to be honest, and some women, a lot of our mothers have taught us that.
Right.
Keep a little jar in the cabinet in case something, you know what I mean? Or always take some money. This is when we had phone booths. I'm aging myself, but always take money with you, when you go out on a date, because you don't know.
Right. Right. That's different. Right.
So it was kind of instilled in her. Do I totally agree with her? I don't totally agree with her, but I don't agree with him either.
Yeah, I thought what he said was a bit of a stretch too, because what he was talking about was adultery.
Right. He went straight.
That's not the same, in my opinion. You haven't seen, even though it is both secrets being kept.
Yeah.
They are both things being hidden.
But if the communication was there in the first place, he wouldn't have to do all this.
Right. But back exactly a long stretch. Yeah. It is a stretch. But the thing that stuck out to me was that her mom taught her to keep a stash of money in case of divorce. And I was like, why would a mother instill that into a child? Or even if the father told his son to keep a side chick, because I've known of guys that daddy told them that. Why would you put that in
women though? Because of the experiences they have had.
Hey, Miss D.
Hey, Miss D. It's come from experience. All the things that we do come from experience. So they were taught that. So it passed down through generations.
But everything we were taught wasn't right.
Right. A lot of old school moms that do that is because thank you. That's exactly what I was saying.
But that doesn't make it right.
No, I'm not saying it makes it right. I'm just saying everything that we do come from
what we've been taught.
Yeah, or our experience.
Hey, Sonia.
Yeah. Or our childhood.
Right, that's right. Right. Absolutely. Whether we like it or not.
So that was instilled in her. I mean, my mama even told me, she may not have told me out her mouth, but subliminally she told me that. You understand what I'm saying? When I saw her hiding money here or somewhere, I'm watching. And as a child watches. And they learn from that as well. You don't have to speak it out loud. But if you know how to go out and make your own money, you know how to survive without him and be as well.
But everything y'all saying is right. My thing is, why is that the mentality? Why are we preparing just in case? Yeah, why are we putting that much energy and time and money into preparing for the worst? That's my question. Why aren't we taking that same energy and preparing for a great marriage, or using that money as a extra bank account for the household, for emergency fund? That's what I'm saying. Why is it that we are taught or were taught to prepare for the worst? That's my question. Everything y'all saying is right, and I agree with it, but I don't know why it's to prepare for the worst. I don't get that.
And then my question would have been to her, what you doing online?
Again,
that trumps that.
Let's
start there first.
How are you making the money?
Right, exactly.
And why did you feel necessary to hide it from your husband? Why did you feel necessary to make the money? He was taking care of the house.
She said, you never know what the real reason. Everyone has their own story.
True. That's true. I get that. I just I don't understand it. Maybe that's what
it was instilled in her. Yeah. So she didn't think nothing of it.
Wow. Okay.
Right? Okay. So she didn't think nothing of it. Now, him jumping to divorce or whatever. Well, she said it in the end, didn't she?
Right. Well, really, can you?
So in the end, she said, "My mom raised me to have a secret stash.
Secret. Yeah.
That the husband doesn't know about. You know, I mean, this is something that they need to talk out.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because maybe she didn't communicate that to him, but he just finding out. It's just all wrong.
This reminds
the way that it's coming out.
This reminds me of a live we did a couple of months ago about rent to own, where we talked about initially when you start up in a marriage, you do take on things that you may have seen or were taught by your mother or father. But eventually, you have to make your marriage your very own, and everything that you saw or learned may not be beneficial to you and your household. And I'm just wondering, is this the case where she just took on what mom knew and how mom did it, and brought that into her marriage?
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you don't know. Okay, it's so much to this because you don't know how he is with money.
And that's what I was gonna.
You don't know how he is with money. Yeah. You don't know. How she know how he will react or question her. You know what I mean? So it's so much. It's just, you just hearing one side of the story.
Right.
The one that said goes back to communication, maybe JV to discussion before the wedding, that I want us to have a joint or separate account.
Okay.
To discuss that before the wedding. Because I mean, you got to do what works for you. You got to do what works for your household and what works for you.
Right.
But he said secret. She
said
secret.
It's those little words.
Have a joint or she said secret. That means he knows absolutely nothing about it. So that can start right there with some trust.
Right. There's some trust issues, right?
Some trust issues. She said secret.
Think about prenups. People get those for the same reason. If you get divorced, you want what's yours. Okay, but that's not a secret. If you get a prenup, you know about it. Both parties know about it. So that's different to me. You know what I mean? Now, then he took it way to the left field.
Trying to read it over here.
Okay. Now, his response to that was keeping a secret woman. Now, that is not the same. In my opinion,
he said like a secret side chick. It sounded like he wanted to do that anyway. So that's why she got the stash in the first place. Okay.
Two wrongs don't make it right. Two wrongs don't make it right. I see the point he was trying to make. The point he was trying to make about
is bad. That was a bad point.
It was a horrible point. Yeah. But I see the point he was trying to make, talking about secret and being prepared just in case. That's the part that stuck. That's the part about this that gets me. You are in a marriage preparing not to be in one. How can that work? If you in a just in case marriage, if you live in your marriage with the just in case mentality.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
No, but what I'm saying is you would not believe how many people go into marriage already thinking just in case.
Wow. Maybe I would.
Like for real, you would not believe it.
Right.
Right. I've talked to people that, because, sometimes, be tripping.
Right. Right, I'm with you. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. So why get married?
I mean, you asking me? I'm
asking the audience.
So prenups are just in case mentality too, because people do change. Absolutely.
Prenups are a just in case mentality. That's what I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. That's true. That's a good point. And so if you going into the marriage like that, why get married? Just stay single. Or keep dating or whatever it is, shacking up or whatever.
But you once again have to remember, it's from it could be from your previous experiences or the way you were brought up.
I
you
get
understand
that.
what I'm saying?
Right. But
and you may feel like you were healed from those things, right?
Right.
But you truly wasn't healed when it comes up to a financial situation.
Right.
So, maybe she went through some of those things, and her mother went through and passed it on down to her. Mm-hmm. I'm not making an excuse for her. I'm just saying,
Okay, LaWanda said it could be if the spouse dies, you want to be prepared. Right, but that's not secretive. You don't do that in secret. We are in the process right now of preparing for each other's being able to make sure each other taken care of when we pass.
Yeah.
Keisha, we just got another insurance type policy, right? Yeah. Like a supplementary policy. We meet with an attorney in March about doing our estate planning. That's no secret. Keisha didn't go behind my back and do that.
No. She
talked to me. We talked about it. We went to the bank and met with whoever and had phone conversations. So this is no secret. Exactly. That's the difference.
She said spouse can get sick, can't work, that money can help. But I get
it's the secret part. That's why we're doing it. Just think, we're not gonna live forever, unfortunately. And we are getting older year by year, day by day.
Absolutely.
So and then I'm gonna give her credit. It was her push, because I don't like talking about it, but it's necessary.
It is very necessary.
It is very necessary. I much rather get the uncomfortable feeling of talking about it out of the way and know, God forbid, if something was to happen to me, she'll be straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it's no secrets there. We know what's on the table. We know who got what and how much I'm worth living and dead, and vice versa. There's no secrets there. So that's the difference.
And I think that's the part that's really bothering her husband. Not so much that she was online doing God knows what.
That would bother me too.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyway, let me see. My husband works and I'm stay-at-home mom. And she said he's the most unselfish person that she knows. So that lets me know a little bit about his character as well.
And hers. It speaks volumes about her character also. Yeah. That she's in a position that I guess most wives would love to be in, where everything is taken care of, that sense of security.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And you still decide to be secretive. So that speaks about her character.
Sonya said, I'm hopeful she didn't mean secret money.
What did it say?
It said secret money.
It said secret. Yeah.
Maybe she just meant like, a little money to the side.
If you don't, it's secret.
The one that's secret is the operative word.
Okay.
Some couples are not on one accord like y'all, so one may have to take it to the secret part.
Okay.
Well, listen, baby, we don't came a long way.
That's what I was about to say. We weren't always on the same page.
It's no need to front.
No, okay? We ain't front. Keisha been talking about it for years.
Listen, we don't have a mighty long way.
Long way.
Understand.
Keisha been trying to get this done for years. I was dragging my feet.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the secretive money situation.
Oh,
it wasn't secretive, but it was like, y'all already know my story. So it was like,
well, for those who don't.
Well, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's from previous experiences. Like I said, that's why I know I could talk about it. Because, I didn't come into the marriage like, oh, no. I felt like, he is totally different. But what I'm saying is you still have those little reservations, mm-hmm. right? From the previous experience. Mm-hmm. So I don't consider it secret money. But if you don't ask, I'm not telling. Is that a secret?
It's a secret. Yeah.
That's the operative.
Right. Sonya. See, Keisha, you had a backstory.
Right. I had a backstory. And that's what I keep saying from her previous experiences. You never know what happened. I'm not saying that is right.
So do we get to use backstory as an excuse for everything? Because everybody has a backstory. So does he get to use... Hold on. So does he get to use the fact that he said a side chick? Because we don't know his backstory, why he may have said that. No. So do we get to use that as an excuse? Backstory for everything?
And then you don't know if he's a spender. I get the backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's a what?
Like what kind
he might be bad with money.
Yeah. Like terrible with money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they might be on the verge of losing a house. I mean, it's a
LaWanda said that's adultery.
Right.
True.
It
is adultery, but I'm just saying.
They might be on the verge of losing things. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You never know the situation.
That's true.
Right.
Right. And I used to be.
And she might be playing her exit strategy.
Wow.
I mean, it is what it is. Let's call a thing a thing. This is real. This real life. Ain't no need to sugarcoat it.
Yeah. But is the strategy from what though? Him, the marriage?
Yeah, the marriage. Wow. I mean, you don't know the full story. Yes, she did say he is unselfish, so that's a great quality in a marriage, right?
Right.
It's hard being married to somebody who's selfish.
That's true.
Right. But you don't know the type of relationship that they have.
That's true. I don't. Right.
And she's a stay-at-home mom. You don't know if they even have a communicating relationship or whatever. He goes to work, she's at home. You don't know what they do to get together. I'm just saying, like.
But you know what though? As a man, you know what I thought?
What?
And I'm almost ashamed to admit this. When I first read this, when I read the part where he took care of everything, I automatically assumed he was a good dude, a good husband.
Because he took care of
everything. Not taking into consideration everything you just said, but how men think, oh, he holding down everything. Oh, that's a good brother. Because that's how we think. Well, that's how I think or thought when I read this.
Sometimes that could be a form of control. I mean, that's great and everything. Don't get it twisted that way, man.
Right.
But anyway, sometimes that could be a form of or controlling, LaWanda said. Right. And LaWanda said some folks have inner issues and always assumes the worst too.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So that could be a form of, I mean, that's lovely and all, if that works for you and stuff. But that can be a form of control.
Right. I just thought,
and then it probably blew his ego out when he found out that she had a secret stash.
Yeah, it probably did.
Controlling the coins.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You can assume that. Yeah, that it was,
it's an assumption.
Yeah. I just don't think it's healthy to enter into or be in a marriage preparing to exit it. That's all I'm saying. Now, getting your stuff in order as far as insurance and wills and estates, that's different. That's you all on the same page, hopefully. But
don't have to be.
Secret money stashes, I don't know. I think that time and energy could be spent towards the marriage as opposed to preparing to not be in it. Call me gullible or whatever. Sonya, you agree with who? Keisha or me?
I think it's you this time.
Okay.
Both of us. But so he, this is just gonna take a simple sit down. They're gonna have to hash this one out.
Right.
And talk it out or whatever.
Right. First thing, she got to tell what the job is online. Okay. Yeah. I want to know what that is first and foremost.
Yeah, I don't know. Normally when you say online jobs, you be like, okay.
Right.
What kind of fetish you got?
Right. And secondly, why did you feel the need to hide it?
Absolutely.
Those would be my first two questions. What are you doing to make this money, and why did you feel the need to hide it from me?
And when she comes and when y'all talking, you ask her those questions. You got to be able to receive what it is that she's gonna tell you.
Ooh. But what if, like somebody said earlier, what if it is an OnlyFans?
I'm not even talking about that part, but that part too. But I'm saying, like, why did you feel the need to hide it?
Right.
So if you asking these questions, you're gonna expect the answer. Right.
Wow.
So you got to be man enough to take the answer as well, in a respectful way.
Right.
LaWanda said, right, they're gonna have to talk it out. That's right. Will he stop and say it's okay now that he knows? Good question, LaWanda. Will he be willing?
Will she?
Oh, will she be willing to stop?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
He better be ready.
And then what they gonna do with the money?
and then, what? Now that I know, what do we do with the money?
Let's go invest this money.
Let's go invest this money. Because I remember, I don't know if I won't say the name. There was a couple at our former church that we was at their home once, and the wife was telling a story about a secret stash of money that she was keeping, and because they was having some money issues, and she was putting this. I don't know if you remember this.
Right, invest.
And she was putting a stash of money aside to leave him, but with prayer and reconciliation and God, they end up fixing their marriage. They're still together today, and they use that money to pay off a house.
They use that money.
I don't know if it's the house they're in or the house they were in, but they were able to use that money and buy out and pay off their mortgage.
So it worked out.
But she was keeping a secret stash too to bounce.
But like I said, once again, everything stems from your past experiences.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Right. That was a great story. Right. Paid off. No debt. No debt. They don't have any debt.
No.
And they live in a beautiful home.
And that stash works.
That stash worked. Now, we're not recommending all women go out and start, or men, you know, have secret stashes. But I'm just saying, in that story, it kind of it worked out.
The one that was like, it is what it is.
Where's that?
It is.
Oh, hey, it is what it is. Oh, okay. Well, that's a way to look at it.
Absolutely.
Would
you be upset
if you had an online job? No,
not the online. I said the secret stash.
Now it's hard. It's difficult for me to be because I know who I'm married to, so I know there's one. So it ain't even a secret.
Really?
It's not really.
I've been talking about it.
It's not really a secret. You know that? Whatever. I've been with you, married 17 years this year, 21 years together, so I know. But it used to bother me, but there's some things that came to light that you talked to me about and I witnessed and heard about that made me be like, okay, I see why she think that way.
See, and this is the thing.
Men
always think that women have like these big piles of money or something. I don't understand. They always seem to think that.
Well, it didn't say a big pile of money.
I'm gonna say some men.
It never said a big pile. It said a stash.
I'm just saying in general. They always seem to think that we have money just laying around somewhere. You know what I mean? But that's not always the case.
This is what messes up her story.
What?
In most women's stories. So most women will say, no, it don't. We ain't got whatever. But let something come up where they need a stash of money to go do. Let me use this as an example. This is a perfect example. Let a child that's an adult that lives out of state get into some type of bind and see what happens.
Right.
There'll be first class Delta.
Well, that's different. They do always keep a stash for emergencies. Right?
Darling,
I even taught you that though.
You did teach me that.
Taught you that.
You did.
You always should have something for emergencies.
You did. But that's proving my point that women do have that.
Good evening. That's proving your point that women, when I say we, you said I taught you that you should always together have something in case of emergency.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Right? Because things happen.
Right.
And so that's when you use it to pull and go get your baby or do what you got to do.
Right.
Whatever the situation may be.
That's an emergency stash different.
Right. Different. Right, LaWanda. Absolutely.
So that's what y'all call it, an emergency stash?
Yep. Sonya said, got my baby. Absolutely. Let me say something.
Be on the first thing smoking out of here.
And will.
First class. Might ask to drive the jet.
And will.
Might pay to drive it.
No questions asked.
It's just, okay, to keep it in perspective. Like I said, the biggest issues I had with the article was that she had a secret job, she had a secret stash, and that her mother had instilled in her to have that to prepare for divorce. I just had an issue with that.
So why do you think it made him feel bad? But he didn't even mention the job, really. He mentioned the stash.
I don't know why he didn't mention the job, because that would have been the first thing out of my mouth. If you say I got an online job I'm like, online doing what? That would have been the first thing I said.
She could have been working for a call center or something.
I need to know that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I hope that's what it is. They do have online call center jobs. Great. I hope that's what you were doing. I hope it doesn't involve lace or thongs.
So why do you feel like it bothered him once again? That's what I'm trying to say.
It could have been the secret part, or like you said, it could have been the ego part. I thought I had everything held down, and you going behind my back doing this. So he could be controlling,
Sonya said he felt bad thinking about her intentions were to leave. Oh,
that's good. Right.
I totally forgot about that part.
Right.
Yeah, he was, her intentions.
Right.
So he like, what do we really have going on here?
Exactly. That's a good point.
So that kind of broke the trust a little bit, probably more,
Right.
It probably could have been. Could be Sonya.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been another issue. Like, you preparing to leave me? What did I do?
When was you gonna tell me?
Yeah, right. Good point. That's a good point. Excellent. Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing too. I'm getting off subject, but it's kind of on subject. People walk around the house and you don't even know. You thinking y'all all good.
It didn't.
You might did he say that
Did
he has
it?
kids?
I don't remember.
Well, she said she's a stay-at-home mom, so they
Oh,
obviously
okay,
have kids.
okay,
That's what
okay,
it
okay.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And people walking around the house, this is kind of off subject, but you're walking around, you're living together, you are married, and you're walking around the house and not even like speaking to each other. You don't even know, or either you thinking everything is good, right? But your spouse is over here preparing to exit out. To exit to the left.
No, that's not fair.
No,
that's not fair at all. Yeah.
It's not fair.
But it happens.
A lot.
It's happening.
Yes, a lot.
You know.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
So you should always, that's why communication, once again, LaWanda said, it's very important. We always say that.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to receive what the other person is putting out.
But Keisha taught us late to 2023 that communication is great, comprehension is better.
It is.
Comprehension is better. I was giving you credit.
For that.
Oh, I was giving you credit.
I found that on
Keisha found that online.
I found that on a good social.
It's one thing to communicate, but to understand what I am saying is so much better. So,
right, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But you can't just jump to the defensive when your spouse tries to come to you. Right. So you need to even if you need to just take a moment to take it in, take a breath. Because sometimes as spouses, we can say hurtful things to each other because we know the buttons to push, right? So you have to be mindful. Like I know him. I know him. He knows me.
Right.
So you have to be very mindful in how you say those things. Right.
That's true.
Even if you saying it nice though, like even if you saying it nice and they still take it the other way, that's not on you anymore.
Right.
That's on them.
Right.
Okay. But anyway, go ahead.
And thank God we don't really push. We do know the buttons that we could put, but we don't. Not saying we don't argue, because we'll never ever get up here and act like I'm married.
We be a little petty sometimes. Not talking though. It could be. Yeah. It could be others. It could be you ain't gotta talk, but what rattles your spouses.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let me tell you what Keisha do when we upset. And she sing out loud.
Oh, I sing anyway.
She sing a lot. When we not really talking, Keisha sing a whole lot.
Cause listen, I'm all good. What's wrong with you? Listen, I'm gonna be good. What's wrong with you? So
that's a long one.
I sing, I laugh, I talk. I'm always doing that anyway. I'm the one that said that is one of the most important things that I learned in customer service is to always listen and then relay back what you heard.
Right.
We do that in early childhood all the time. And then ask, did I understand that correctly? Or ask the question, did you understand, for clarification?
When I learned how to do that, when I worked at the courthouse, it made it so much better sometimes. that was a helpful tool to repeat back to the person to make sure that you all was on the same page. That was a helpful tool.
That's a helpful tool with anything.
That's true. That is true.
You can say, so what I hear you saying is.
So let me get this right.
Right.
Is this what you're saying?
Correct.
Yeah.
But
don't be sarcastic.
Yeah.
Don't be condescending.
Yeah, don't do that, because that ain't gonna go.
Yeah, that could come across as if you're trying to be funny, and then that's gonna take the argument to another language.
Right. Active listening is exactly.
Is that what it's called? Okay.
Active listening. Yeah. Yes. You have to use that all the time, even in your home. You got to bring it from work to home. Even in your house, but. It's the way that you talk to your spouse.
Right. The tone that you do it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Singy songy don't work.
He's like, I'm not one of your daycare kids.
Yeah.
I'm not one of your childcare kids.
Yeah. Sometimes she don't know how to turn it off. And I had to learn that, but I also had to make it aware to her, because she get in that mode like, do that, go to that. I'm like, did my mama send you a check this week? Did my mama send you a money order? I ain't your kid. But that's what she does all day. She gives orders all day. Sometimes she forget to turn that off at 5:30. So I had to learn how to remind her.
Yeah.
Hold on, cuz.
Yeah, it is hard for us to turn.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. If you went doing the 10 hours a day, yeah.
Lord knows I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard to turn off.
But I was the supervisor, and I told people what to do all day, but I didn't have that issue.
It's different. You told people they're adults, so they actually went to do. You didn't have to repeat it like a lot.
Not true, but yeah.
Not as much as
well, not like kids. Yeah,
absolutely.
I get it.
So
I get it.
Okay, I think that's it for that article. I don't know. Let me see. Always. Anyway, he's upset with me because he found out she has a bank account.
Yeah.
So now, do he add his name on the account, or he just?
I tell myself, let me go potty. Oh my God. Did you say something to me like that one time? I'll go potty when I was at a restaurant or something. I
said, you gotta go potty.
I looked at her like she had lost every cent God gave her. Every cent.
Keisha, I was a few minutes late. Will you please read the article again? Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna read it again. So I'm sorry if I'm looking to the side, but
you want water?
No, thank you. Okay, it says my husband. Wait, he read.
I had to get some water. Sorry.
Okay. My husband works and I am a stay-at-home mom. He is the most unselfish person I know. I handle all the finances and he has never said or acted like it was his money. It's our money. So he's never acted like it was his money, but theirs. Right?
Seem like a good dude, right?
He do. Anyway, he is upset with me because he found out I had a bank account he knew nothing about. You got it? You finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I've been making money online and keeping it from him. He says that his problem is not that I've been making money online, but that I kept it from him in the event of a divorce someday. So he just jumped to that conclusion, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think. He said that women keeping a stash of hidden money in case of the marriage fails is like a man keeping a side chick. Okay.
Now y'all notice how she read that part.
In case the marriage fails. And we both need to be all in or nothing. My mom raised me to have a secret stash. My mom raised me to have a secret stash that my husband doesn't know about. Is this wrong? Is my husband right? I just picked out something about it.
Uh-oh.
So he said that he was upset. He said that women keeping a stash of hidden money in case the marriage fails. So I'm wondering, did his mom keep a secret stash?
Or somebody he dated.
Or somebody he dated.
Or was married to,
He said the problem was not her making money online.
CL Wright said I'm with the husband on this one.
The problem was, yeah. I mean, I disagree too, but I mean, I'm with him too. But
I was with him until he said the side chick part.
Yeah, that's
where
he
lost
stretch.
Yeah, that's
a bit of a stretch. But I'm wondering, did he watch, like I said, his mom keep a stash as well? So how would he know that's what? And
LaWanda said he was okay with the online job too.
Yeah, he was. See, so how he even know about the secret stash? Like he was taught that as well, right? Right.
Or he witnessed it, or experienced it, or
absolutely. So yeah, my first thing would be what kind of online job you doing? That's what my first thing would be. And then we have to talk about that secret stash.
Right.
CL
Wright says, is that Carl?
No secrets.
No secrets.
No secrets. Because I'm telling you, that's where the trust starts breaking down. When you start keeping those secrets. That's a little crack. That's gonna get wider. Right? So yeah, we say no secrets, but unfortunately, it's a lot of marriages with a lot of secrets. Oof. Right? So I do it's a lot of women,
what's up, Carl?
Like it's a lot of women that has been taught that. But do you tell your spouse every single thing?
No, nobody does. Nope. I don't believe that.
And I told him that.
She told me that years ago.
Conversation, I was like, it's no way. Because he can't handle, or she can't handle she can't handle every. People say they do. Oh, I tell my spouse everything. Right. But I don't believe that. One, online job, are you going to keep it? And how much was made? Right.
None of that was addressed.
None of that was addressed. Yeah, I'm wondering about that online job too. And if he upset about it, it must have been a good little stack. What you do?
Right. And you know what makes us think that she was doing something, maybe
the picture that came,
the picture that is associated with it.
Right.
Based off the way she's dressed, it makes you wonder, like, where you getting this money from? You know, she had on a moo-moo, we'd be like, oh, you on the phone or something,
But
you know,
is that
something like that.
Tell my ex that, let me know how it works out.
Ooh.
Okay.
Carl, we will not be doing that. We love you dearly, but we will not be doing that.
Right.
We will not be doing that.
So that was some good conversation.
Yeah. Everything seems like that. We discuss whether online or in person. It all centers around some type of communication or breakdown. Don't you think?
Yep.
In some way, form, or fashion.
And the one said, "Yep, jumping to conclusion by stereotyping based on the picture."
Yep. We all assume that she was on OnlyFans.
I don't know about. I mean, I heard OnlyFans. I don't know about
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all centers around the lack of communication or need for communication. I guess that's just an ongoing thing that we just gonna be working on forever as long as we together.
Yeah, it is.
And when I say that, I mean all of us, not just us two. Everybody that's in a relationship or marriage.
Any kind of relationship.
Any type of relationship.
Friendship. Communication is always going to take place.
Yeah.
Right?
It's going to be centered. The center. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, we did good.
That was That was a good little article. Good open group conversation discussion. Yeah.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
And before we go,
so what we got from that is
sorry.
We got communication that we need to make sure our communication is open and honest.
Right, and trust.
And remain trustful. Don't do stuff.
Sonya said, in defense of the secret stash, my ex taught me to have emergency money. And she says, and no, my husband doesn't know how much is in it, but he does know that I have something. So that I don't know if that's really a secret.
Right, it's not a secret.
Yeah, he knows that you have an account, right? He knows that you have something, right? Now, it's different if he comes to you and ask you, would that be considered, and you don't tell him, would that be considered like kind of secretive? Right? But he knows about it. And he must not be too worried about it. He ain't asked.
And LaWanda asked, but if he asked him out, would you share?
That's what I just said. Yeah, that's what I just said. Would you share?
Sonya,
I totally understand. I'm not saying it is right, but I totally.
She said she would tell him. Okay, cool.
I totally get it because it's kind of like a situation over here.
It's not kinda. It is the exact same situation.
What's
going on, Pastor Doja?
Listen, we have
the exact same situation.
We have the same situation over here.
Explain what you mean by that.
So the same thing. It's the same exact thing. Almost.
Okay.
But if he asked me, one day I did. I said, we're gonna.
She said not the full amount. She's not gonna tell him the full amount.
Listen, one day he asked me, and I said, well, yeah, I think it should be full disclosure, right? I told you, was like, I said, I'm gonna tell you how much is in. That's what I said. Remember one day
I think I do.
And he was like, but we never got to that far. So, and he asked no more.
I wonder why we didn't.
He didn't ask anymore.
No, I didn't. No.
But it doesn't cause issues. It doesn't cause issues.
Not at all.
Right.
The only thing I would say to that is it fair to your new spouse that you're still living kind of sort of based off what that guy did to you? Is it fair to is it fair to your new spouse, your new husband, that you are still letting what, and we did a session on this called Mistaken Identity, that you are still allowing what he did to influence the way you treat me? Is that fair to the new spouse?
Well, I'm gonna say for me, now I don't know about Sonya, but I say for me, it's not only the new spouse. Like I said, I saw it in my mother as well. Like I grew up like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's not an excuse, but
right.
It didn't only come from that. That just added to it.
That added to it.
Right.
Still,
and I have come a long way.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Yes,
so
you have.
My credit when credit is given.
Credit is given.
But I can't say yes. I have come a long ways, and it is still a work in progress. If I must be honest, it's still a work in progress. And it's nothing with you.
Right.
It's nothing with you. So I just speak for myself.
Right.
Long as the new spouse is aware and I'm okay with it. Right. And he is.
Right. I am. But a lot of spouses are not aware. The new spouse may not be aware of why there's a secret stash of money or whatever your situation may be, because you like Keisha shared with me so much that, you know, over the years that I was able to be, okay, I know why she, you know, feel the way she feel or why she does certain things. But Keisha told me.
Right. And you're not stashing to leave.
Right.
I'm not stashing to leave.
Right.
If you want to say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
No, I don't, you know, that's disingenuous.
Right. She what she had gone through, it made me, I understood why she did or does certain things, you know. And then, like she said, she saw that her mom too. So when you compound the way you grew up, and then you marry somebody that's the same way, I mean, what you expect? It's gonna turn him into a secret stasher.
Right, absolutely. Okay, big words, Keisha. Get in my But yeah, so yes, Pastor Ryan, we're about to sign off because we had this conversation about secret stashes and keeping money hidden from your spouse and online jobs that your spouse may. We
have another question. Maybe we're not signing off.
What if your spouse is just not responsible with money? That's what I said about him.
Go ahead, keep reading.
Or just spend too much or on non-essentials. Right. And that's exactly what I said about him in this case. That was in the article. We don't know. Savalas just assumed that he was just a great guy, and he could be. He just have a bad money habit. And you don't know if he's bad with money. Right. And she knows that he's bad with money. And she's like, look, we about to lose everything. Right. And her stash is gonna save the day. Right. Right. So let me see, responsible with money or just spend too much on non-essentials. Okay, so the thing is, you all have to agree on what to spend the money on, right? So Savalas get so upset with me because I'm gonna tell you right now, I am a sale queen. Okay. So he be like, you just Ryan said he keep his money here from his daughter. Yeah. Start early. Savalas said I be buying stuff because it's on sale. Right. Right. But I disagree. I feel like we need it. And if it's on sale, that's a plus. We don't need a 6-foot-inch Batman. Batman. A Batman or some toy or a doll baby. We don't need that. Nobody's on sale. Like Keisha will buy something whether we need it or not just because it's on sale. And that's a fact. No, it's always a master plan behind it. All right. So, but the master plan is because the master plan comes way later. The initial draw is the sale. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But I've gotten better. Yeah. I don't. Spend, I don't spend purposely. No, you don't. Nope. As a matter of fact, my friends say I'm frugal. Yeah, she's cheap. Frugal. Yeah. Cheap. It depends on what it is now. If it's food, no, not so much. Now I spend on some food, for real. But anyway. And she'll spend on me. Yes, and I spend on you. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, my children. Yeah. So our children. Yeah. But yeah, so Carl, that's it. I hope I answered your question. What if the spouse is not responsible? Yeah. I won't say who it is, but you have told me about somebody that had to take drastic measures to make sure they were taken care of because their spouse was so bad with money. Oh yeah, I know a lot of people like that. Yeah. 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 I know a lot, and unfortunately, it's a lot of people like that. Yeah, yeah. Well, one is just horrible with money, so you had to take drastic measures to make sure you're straight. Yeah, but that causes so much. That's a whole nother subject right there. Is it? Like that causes so much. Believe me, in a marriage, it's like one spouse is holding their breath. And I could talk about this because I know from experience, right? Like you feel like you're in it by yourself. You feel like you are actually like holding your breath and you're about to explode because who's going to catch you when it's time for you to fall? Right. Right. Because at some point you're going to need, you're supposed to be a team and working together. Right. So who's going to, if something was to happen, I mean, I can't depend on you. Right. You know what I mean? Right. I got to go out here and try to get it for myself. So maybe that's one reason why she kept the stash too. Yeah. I'm not saying that it's right. Right. But I'm just saying, like you have proven yourself not to be trustworthy. Trustworthy with money. Right. And then you be looking at me when we supposed to be making, you're the one supposed to be making, not you, I'm just saying like in general.
Right.
You're the one that's supposed to be making the decisions such as this.
Right.
So I can talk about it from experience.
Right.
And so that right there within itself can really cause some issues and some problems in, because the thing is that she like, I can do bad by myself.
Right. Exactly. And men or women, if you're with a spouse that has gone through something like that, don't make it worse. Like I said, Keisha, told me all of this, while we was dating. So I knew, I had to learn, that I had to do certain or not do certain things to make her feel uncomfortable. So thank God I wasn't the type of guy that just go out and waste money. Anyway, I'm not that type, to just go out and buy a lot of junk. I spend probably the most money around Christmas. And that's the whole year, or maybe our vacation or something like that. But I'm not a spender. I ain't got to go out shopping. I ain't clubbing no more. So, whatever. But if I know what she went through financially and the position that the ex put her in, why would I make the situation worse or do things to remind her and take her back to that situation? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to take that upon yourself, as a new spouse. If your spouse has opened up to you and told you they went through financial struggles and they felt, she's used the word like she said, like she was about to explode and your head underwater and all that good stuff. If you know that, don't make the situation worse by being frivolous with your money or you all's money, I should say.
And once again, it doesn't necessarily have to be an ex. It could be, like I said, growing up poor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You try to make up for that time or it could be that coming from impoverished background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I could talk about that all day, but nevertheless.
She could talk about that all day.
Nevertheless. So thank you all once again for joining us. And before you leave, for those who came on late, we're going to shoot our flyer back up again for the Key Players Unlocked Retreat. We are excited. We stepped out on faith. We know God is going to do it. We are excited. We only can accept 7 couples because we wanted to keep this intimate and because we want to plan big things, but intimately. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We have a private chef that will be joining us for that weekend, and it's October the 11th through 13th. And if you know anything about me, you know I'm funny about where I lay my head. So the planning process, the beginning stages.
What's up, Chris Burrs? He said he just woke up. You can watch the replay, Chris.
So we went. I was like, yeah, yeah.
Truthfully,
so, yeah.
No joke. And when, like I said, I think last time when I came across this place, I said she gonna like this. I knew it. I knew she would like it, and thank God she did. So we got somewhere. We are super, super excited. This is our first as Key Players marriage retreat. So we're gonna have a good time. It's you investing in your marriage.
Absolutely.
If you've been to any of our events, we make sure that you get your money's worth. At least we try to, from the food to the activities to the discussion topic to even the venue. We try to make sure that we give you your money's worth and you feel like, okay, I don't mind paying that. Well, same thing with this retreat. We did the same. We're going to do the same thing, I should say.
Yeah.
So,
and we have different payment options. Right. So we broke it down into either 2 payments, 4 payments, or if you bought them like that, you can pay them
a lump sum. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
You can tell we're gonna keep posting flyers. Y'all know that. We do from here to October. You're gonna get tired of us. But if you can at least share the flyer. You say, well, I can't go, I can't make that one. You can share the flyer because somebody else may be able to, but they may not know about it. If you, especially, let me say this: if you know a couple that's struggling, a couple that's in trouble, this is for married couples only. Make sure you get that information to them. Make sure you get that information to them.
Absolutely.
Sonia said,
we won't make it. That's home. Which homecoming is that? 35. Oh, congratulations. In the Delta segment, we will catch you. Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, tell somebody if you can't make it. Yeah.
Hey, Daniel, and say
we know our prayer for every event we do is that everybody that's supposed to be there will be there. And this is no different.
No different at all.
That's Key Players.
And
that's key.
And this is mine. So if you know somebody that's in the early childhood field that works with little ones, even early education, please tell them about this event. It's going to be amazing. It's not a typical early childhood. It's not that. This is for the provide. This is for us. This is a day for us to come get rejuvenated. For those who are burnt out, those who need that extra push. This is for us, grown folk. Okay?
Right. Tell them
it's May the 18th, 10 a.m. It's going to be at the Hampton Inn and Suites. We have some awesome speakers, as you see on the flyer. Miss Floriana Thompson, Miss Kima Shaw, and the MC, none other than herself, LaWanda McIntyre, aka known as Miss Mac. I will be the host, and I'm super excited about this one. We're going to have an on-site childcare vendor that will be selling some apparel. So we're just gonna have a good time, a very good time, and it's gonna be lunch will be provided. So I hope that if you know somebody, please share that with them, because everybody need a day. Right?
Everybody in the child care field, they definitely need a day.
Absolutely.
They with a smile on their face. With a smile on their face, yeah. So that's what we got going on. We didn't know we were gonna go this long. We've been up talking an hour, but that's what happens when you got a good topic and you got great feedback, which we all had tonight. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Once again, the Key Players Live. Our next live is scheduled for 2 weeks from 2 weeks from today is.
So it's every other Tuesday.
February the 13th. We actually are. Am I right?
Before
Valentine's Day.
Yep.
We may have to do something different for that week because we are scheduled to go out that night.
Yeah,
we're doing Valentine's on the 13th, so you know, because
and we were gonna do something for Valentine's Day. However, life be life, and so we had to push that back. Cancel that. Unfortunately. So hopefully we'll make up for that sometimes in the spring for a like an event, a free event or something to get together, just as a what did I call it?
Yeah, a
meetup, like a meetup or something like that. So. But so hopefully we'll let you know whatever we decide to do. We're gonna try to stick to our schedule this year.
Yes,
we've been pushed and stretched. So
yes, we have.
So thank you all. Thank you all. I hope you all have a good night and a great rest of your week. We love you. Peace.